Good morning, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1972 Pennant race is on the air. Today's date is September 19, 1972, as we are getting closer and closer to the final week of the regular season. We are at Riverfront Stadium for a very important game in the National League West between the San Francisco Giants and the Cincinnati Reds. The Giants come into this game a record of 70-73. The Reds are 86-56. Let's take a look at the standings as they are today. Starting with the American League East, the Boston Red Sox are 2.5 games ahead of Baltimore and the Yankees, as these guys are still trying to decide who wants to win the division. The Detroit Tigers are only a half game back of the Yankees for third, and they're only 3 back. This division's going to go down to the wire. In the American League West, the Oakland Athletics have clinched home field throughout the entire American League playoffs. Kansas City's magic number is 1 to clinch a playoff berth, but they're pretty much already in it with 77 wins. In the National League East, the Pittsburgh Pirates, their magic number is 3 to clinch home field throughout the entire National League postseason. And I was wrong yesterday. They did clinch the National League East. So the Pittsburgh Pirates are your 1972 National League East champions. The Chicago Cubs did clinch a playoff spot. Right now they are number 3. They are in the postseason. The St. Louis Cardinals, however, are 73-70. Now this number here is 7. Even though the Cardinals right now are in third place, they are only 3 games above 500. The Cardinals cannot lose more than 7 games or they will be out. All the Cardinals got to do is get to 78 wins and they will be in, because the Cardinals did play 155 games in 72. They cannot lose more than 7 or they will not get in the postseason. In the National League West, the Reds are 5.5 ahead of the Astros for the division. The Astros are pretty much set. They'll get in. The Dodgers, Atlanta, and San Francisco, this is what's really interesting. But the Dodgers are 2 games, and the Braves are 2 games under 500, tied for third. The Giants, who play today, are only a half game behind these two. However, the Dodgers and the Braves cannot lose more than 6 games or they are out, and the Giants cannot lose more than 5 games or they are out. So that is what's at stake right now here as we approach getting closer and closer to the postseason. Tomlin and Roberto, Brian B. is first to join us here at Riverfront Stadium. And yes, Tomlin and Roberto are September call-ups. They are on the team. As a matter of fact, the entire pack of Cincinnati for 72 is available. Okay, minus a couple of players that are no longer on the team. So yes, Tomlin and Roberto were September call-ups. They are here. The Reds historically won this game. The Reds 5 runs, 12 hits and 2 errors. The Giants 4 runs, 10 hits and an error. This game is more important for the Giants as they're trying to stay alive and try to get back above 500. The Reds, however, trying to clinch the division. As I said, their magic number to clinch the division is actually, you know what? I didn't write that. Their magic number, let's see. I can get that real quick. The Reds played 154 games, so it is 86 plus 61. Their magic number to clinch the division is 8. So they have that to clinch the National League West. That's what at stake for the Reds as we move closer and closer to the final week. As we are getting closer to the postseason in this 1972 replay. And I'll tell you, we've had a few surprises. A very disappointing White Sox and Mets teams that did not really do well. And the Chicago Cubs definitely overachieving. And there's been some surprises this season, but we'll look at all of that when we get to the season review and reveal show. So, without further ado, let's play some baseball. Starting pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds today is Jack Billingham. 12 wins, 12 losses, a save, a 3.18 ERA. 137 strikeouts, 56 walks in 72. We are at Riverfront Stadium. It's a neutral park. -1 to walks, only 117 home runs here, but very capable of yielding a few bombs. So we got a big game tonight. Today as the Giants play the Reds. We're getting closer and closer to that final week. This is the first time we're playing the Giants in a while. So let's see what they show us today in a game they absolutely really have to have. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Giants will be Bobby Bonds. He's in center field today, his best position. 259 average, 26 homers, 80 RBIs. Definitely hauled a very good. We're going to use red, white, and white dice. Reds are the home team, and we are set and ready for some Sunday morning baseball. The Giants and the Reds. Big game here in the National League West. What will happen today at the stadium in front of the river? Let's see what Inside Pitch has to say. First pitch. Billingham 1-3. Error on a grounder. Bonds 1-6. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second base. Going over there is Joe Morgan. His error rating is a 3. That's a 16. He'll make the play. And he will toss it over to first for the out. Next batter will be the shortstop, Chris Spire. A 269 average, 15 homers, 71 RBIs in 72. Billingham will pitch. Billingham 3-6. That's a pitcher result. Righty 1-7's an out. The 9 is too high. Spire 2-6, and that's a base hit. He'll hit that one past second base. And the Giants will get a man on first. Next up for the G-men will be the left fielder, Ken Henderson. A 257 average, 18 homers, 51 RBIs in 72. Infield is at double play depth. Spire had 9 stolen bases, and he's not getting any here. Billingham, 4-4. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium. 5-4, and that's a single plus double into left field. Spire will automatically make third. Henderson has to try for second. Base runner 3. Left fielder Pete Rose, a zero arm, a 1-3. Henderson will make second base, and he does. It's a double. So the Giants starting out quick here in the top of the first inning. And already runners at second and third. Infield will now play in. And the next batter will be Dave King Kong Kingman. He's at first base today. 225 average, 29 homers, 83 RBIs. A young Dave Kingman, I should say. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 10. Spire stays at third. Henderson on at second. Billingham with the pitch. Billingham, 3-4, strikeout 16. Called strike 3 on Kingman. He got him. That's a big K. That's the first strikeout for Billingham, 2 down. And yesterday, I think we had Doug Rader. Today, we have for the Giants, the catcher, Dave Rader. 259 average, 6 homers, 41 RBIs. Still runners at second and third. Nothing on Strat. Billingham will pitch. Billingham, 1-5. That is a blank. Rader, 2-6. And it's a base hit past first. The Giants will get on the board first. Spire will score. Henderson, with 2 outs, his base running rating will be a 4. That'll be good enough. He will come around and score, and the Giants take a 2-0 lead early. The Giants need this game more than the Reds do, but the Reds, of course, they're heading for the postseason. But that is a big RBI single. Giants need the wins. And that gets the Giants on the board quickly. Next batter, the second baseman, Tito Fuentes. 264 average, 7 homers, 53 RBIs. Strategy roll for Rader. He will stay where he is. Billingham with the pitch. Billingham, 2-1 against the switch left. That is a blank. Fuentes, 1-5. That's a ground ball hit to third base. That'll be Dennis Menke getting to that. And he will throw to second to get the out. 2 runs, 3 hits for the G-men early. And we will go to the bottom of the first. Jimmy Jam joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Starting pitcher for the San Francisco Giants in this game was Sam McDowell. 10 wins, 8 losses, a 4.33 ERA, 122 strikeouts and 80 walks in 72. So the Giants take a quick 2-0 lead. Let's see what the Reds can do here as Jeremy Brooks joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Leading off for the Reds will be the left fielder, Mr. Pete Rose, Hall of Famer. No, one of the greatest of all time. Yes, 307 average, 6 homers, 57 RBIs. And Rose should be in the Hall. Bottom of the first, Giants already up 2-0. McDowell, 5-6 against a switch right, strikeout, 17 is high. Rose, 2-4, and then he'll lead off with a base hit past second. So Rose will get a single. And now here comes the second baseman, Joe Morgan. Hall of Famer? Absolutely. 292 average, 16 homers, 73 RBIs. Infield is at double play depth. Midlife crisis joins us here at the stadium in front of the river. Rose had 10 stolen bases. And that is a 1, but he does not get the steal sign. He does, however, get the hit and run. But Morgan does not have much power against lefties. I think you go hit and run here. I'm going to call it. McDowell will pitch. McDowell, 1-6, strikeout 8. That is high. Morgan, a 1-3, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And that's going to be Gary Matthews getting to that one. And that will be out number 1. Here comes the center fielder, Bobby Tolan, a 283 average, 8 homers, 82 RBIs. Strategy roll, and Rose is staying put this time. McDowell with the pitch. McDowell, 6-2, that's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 5-3, and that's a single plus double into right field. Rose will automatically make third. Tolan's got to try for second. Base runner 4. Right fielder is Matthews, a +1 arm, a 1-5. He'll make second base, and he will easily. And that's going to be a double for Tolan. So now the Reds trying to get the runs back. Infield will come in. And now, of course, comes up this guy, the catcher, Mr. Johnny Bench. Hall of Famer, yes. One of the greatest of all time, yes. And if you want to say he was the greatest catcher of all time, kind of hard to argue. 270 average, 40 homers, 125 RBIs. A lot of people say Yogi Berra may have been the greatest catcher of all time, and you can argue that as well. But Bench, well, it's kind of hard to go against him. Runners at second and third. Infield is in. Giants have a 2-0 lead, but the Reds are already threatening in the bottom of the inning. Nothing on the 19. McDowell will pitch. McDowell, 1-1. That's a walk. And that 20 is ball 4. He will walk Bench, as Bench walks a lot against lefties, and now the bases are loaded. Bases full of Reds. And here comes the first baseman, Tony Perez, Hall of Famer, absolutely. 283 average, 21 homers, 90 RBIs. They're going to call the infield a double play depth and try to turn 2, which means if they don't get it, Rose will score. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 13. McDowell will pitch. McDowell, 2-1. That is a blank. He's not tired. Perez, 5-5. That's a power hit to center field. That is a 16. And against the lefty, it's just going to miss. That's going to be a fly out to center. So that'll be out number 2. Perez, a sacrifice fly of 2. He won't bring in Rose that way. Rose, a base runner 4. Center fielder Bonds, a -1 arm. A 1-3. Rose will still score, and he will. It's a sacrifice. So a run does come in. It's now 2-1. On a sacrifice fly by Tony Perez to center, it will get the run in at least that way. But now 2 away. And here comes the third baseman, Dennis Menke, a 233 average, 9 homers, and 50 RBIs. 2-1 now as the Reds do get a run in. Strategy, nothing on the 8. McDowell, a 3-6. That is a home run chance. Righty, 1-17. The 6 is good. Against the lefty, Menke needs a 10. Does he put the Reds at front? Just barely. That ball is going to pretty much clear the wall. It's going to get over the wall by maybe 5 feet. but it's going to be good enough. Kaboom! Dennis Menke, 3-run bomb. Reds take the lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! Three-run blast by Dennis Menke, and the Reds take a 4-2 lead. So just like that, Sam McDowell is given a 2-run lead in the top of the first, and the Reds score 4 in the bottom of the first here, and they are leading the ball game. Next batter will be the right fielder, Cesar Geronimo, 275 average, 4 homers, 29 RBIs. Doug Hunt joins us here at the stadium in front of the river. 2 outs already, a pretty exciting first inning. McDowell, 5-6 against the lefty. Base hit right past the pitcher and up into the outfield. Geronimo keeps the inning going. So McDowell off to a rough start here in a game the Giants really need. And now the shortstop, Dave Concepcion. I say Hall the very good. 209 average, 2 homers, 29 RBIs. So Geronimo already on at first base, strategy roll, and he is going to stay put. McDowell, 2-6 against the righty, strikeout. 14 is just going to miss. Concepcion, 4-4, and he grounds it right back to McDowell. McDowell will go ahead and take it, toss it over to first, and retire the side. 4 runs, 4 hits, a walk, a sacrifice fly, a 3-run bomb by Dennis Menke. And it's 4-2 after 1. The Giants, they're 78 and 73. The Giants cannot lose more than 5 games or they will be eliminated. They got to be above 500 to make the postseason. We will go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Giants will be the right fielder, Gary Matthews, a 290 average, 4 homers and 14 RBIs. Matthews is in right field for the game. Billingham, 4-6, strikeout, 13, called strike 3 on Matthews. He got him. Second strikeout for Jack B. And now we see the third baseman, Al Gallagher, a 223 average, 2 homers, 18 RBIs. Billingham will pitch. Billingham, 1-6, strikeout, 17 is high. Gallagher, 5-6, that's a power hit to center field. That's a 15 against the righty. It's going to be a fly ball to center field instead, as Bobby Tolan is going to get to it, and he'll make the play for out number 2. And now the pitcher, Sam McDowell, a 119 average and 4 RBIs in 72. Billingham, a 1-4 range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 5-2, ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Dave Concepcion. His range is a 3. That is a 3. Nice play by Concepcion. He makes the stop. He will throw to first and get the out. 1-2-3 inning for Billingham as he recovers after giving up 2 runs on 3 hits in the first. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Reds will be the pitcher, Jack Billingham. He had an 070 average and 2 RBIs. McDowell, a 5-2, strikeout 9, swing and a miss, struck him out. That's easy, and that is out. First strikeout for McDowell, and that is the first out. Next batter is Rose. Rose got a single his first time up. McDowell, 6-3 against the switch right. Strikeout plus 10, and he gets Rose. Nice job getting Rose on that one. That'll be the second strikeout for McDowell on a strikeout plus 10. And actually, I think that's a called strike 3. I think that's a called strike 3. Strikeout plus 10 against the switch right. He's a 5. Add 10, 15. Yeah, actually, that is a called strike 3. He will get him. Next batter is Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 1. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Reds already up 4-2. McDowell, 4-3, walk, 10, easy ball 4, and Morgan will trot to first. Second walk given up by McDowell. Here comes Tolan. Tolan got a double his first time up. Morgan, 58 stolen bases. He was a thief. And he gets the steal sign. 15, but McDowell very good against stolen bases. 15 minus 4 is 11. Raider plus 1 is a 12. 60% chance for him to get to second base. I think with 2 outs, I think you'll let Tolan swing. Tolan's a good hitter. McDowell will go ahead and Ryan B sends him. Okay, Morgan on his way. A 1 to 12, he is safe. And he is. So Brian B says send him. You're going to have to be a little quicker for me there, Brian. But Morgan will go ahead and get to second base on a stolen base. Or maybe not quicker. Maybe I just need to give you a few extra minutes. So Morgan now at second with 2 outs. And nothing on the 6. He will stay there. McDowell will go ahead and pitch. Doug Sessoms joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. McDowell, 2-5, strikeout 5, and swing and a miss, struck him out. He gets Tolan. He strikes out the side. Nothing across except a walk and a stolen base. A much better inning for McDowell. And it is 4-2 here, Reds, after 2. We go to the top of the 3rd. And leading off for the Giants will be Bobby Bonds. He's 0 for 1. 4-2 Reds. The Giants need this game more than the Reds do. But the Reds, however, haven't clinched the division yet. They are right now the number 2 seed in the National League. The Pirates' magic number is 3 to clinch number 1 throughout the National League. Throughout the league, however, is still up for grabs. Billingham, 6-2, blank. Bonds, 2-1, ground out to 3rd. That'll be handled by Menke, and he will toss it over to first for the out. Next up is Spire. Spire got a base hit his first time up with the platoon Cheney and Concepcion. I don't know yet. I don't know much. I don't know yet what I'm going to do when it comes to the postseason. That's totally my decision, but I will let you know, Brian B. Billingham, 1-4, range play at the park. Riverfront, 4-5, ground ball to first. The ball is hit to Tony Perez. Not great. His range is a 2, but he'll make this one. Nice play by Perez. Billingham comes over. Perez throws to him, and that will be out number 2. Nice play by Tony Perez to take a possible hit away. Next batter is Henderson. Henderson got a double his first time up. Billingham with the pitch. Billingham, 4-5. That is a blank. Henderson, 5-5. That's fly to center field. And Bobby Tolan is going to have no problem with that. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Billingham. We will go to the bottom of the 3rd. Remember, I choose my postseason, a 26-man roster for the postseason. Most at bats usually gets in, okay? And I usually go by the pitchers first. If I don't have 13 pitchers, the rest is made up in batters. But of course, they must be active at the end of the postseason for them to be available. And for those of you who wonder, okay, about like Reggie Jackson, yes, he got hurt in the actual postseason, but my postseasons are always alternate because I expand them. So if they're available at the end of the year, according to Action PC Baseball, they will be in there. But if they get hurt during the postseason, then that's a much different story. Bottom of the 3rd. And Mr. Johnny Bench will lead off for the Natty. He walked his first time up. Dan Atkins joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. McDowell, 2-3, hit by pitch. Not the 17 is too high. Bench, 6-5, he flies to left. And that's going to be Henderson getting to that one. And that is the first out. Next up is Perez. Perez sacrificed fly his first time up. McDowell, 4-2, strikeout 14. That just misses. Perez, 2-2. That's a fly to left as well. And once again, Ken Henderson will move over a little bit towards the line, but he'll make the catch. Next batter is Menke. He hit a 3-run bomb his first time up. Menke only had 9 home runs in 72, but he gets one here in this game. McDowell with the pitch. 5-5, wild pitch, ball 1. 2-6 against the righty, strikeout. 18 is high. Menke, 5-6. That's a power hit to left field. That's a 1, and that's just going to be enough. That's going to be a single. Wow, Menke didn't hit that hard much against lefties in that case, but he gets a 1, and that's a single. So Menke now has 2 for 2. So he's already having a pretty good day today. Here's Geronimo. He got a base hit his first time up. And nothing happening on Strat. Menke stays where he is. McDowell, 1-4, range play. Geronimo, 3-2 against the lefty. It's a base hit past third, but it's a range play for Al Gallagher. His range is a 2. That's a 5. And that's going to be a base hit. It'll be a single past third. Menke with 2 outs still won't make it to third base. He will have to hold at second, because he has to be a 6 in order to get there. But the inning continues as Geronimo now 2 for 2. A chance now for Concepcion, and he is 0 for 1. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 9. Runners will hold. McDowell will pitch. McDowell, 6-2. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 5-3. It's a single plus double to right field for Concepcion. Menke will score. Geronimo goes to third. Concepcion has to try for second, though. Base runner 3, right fielder Matthews, plus 1 arm, a 1-4. He'll get there, and he will easily. And McDowell not showing it today, as a run will score, and Concepcion gets an RBI. He'll turn that into a double. It's 5-2 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! That'll bring up the pitcher, Billingham. He's 0 for 1. And now a 5-2 lead for the Reds. So the Reds have already gotten the 5 runs they had historically. Strategy roll, nothing on the 17. McDowell, 2-3, hit by pitch. 15 is high. Billingham, 4-2, and he grounds it to first. Kingman will go ahead and get to that one. He'll take it to the bag himself and end the inning. 1 run on 3 hits for the Reds. They now have a 5-2 lead here after 3. You thought Cheney had some more bats. I think he has enough bats to get in there. I'm pretty sure he will. Let me see here. Cheney had 196 at bats. He'll get in there. Whether I'll platoon him or not, I have to check. I usually use Action PC Baseball in the database to decide if I'm going to go ahead and platoon, if I'm going to platoon in a certain position. Not always, though. I don't always do that. Top of the 4th, 5-2. And Dave Kong Kingman will lead off for the Giants. He's 0 for 1. Billingham now has a 3-run lead to work with in the top of the 4th. Billingham, 5-4, walk 1. That's ball 4. He will walk Kingman easily. And that is the first walk given up by Billingham. The next batter is Rader. Infield is at double play. Kingman had 16 stolen bases, but he won't get any here. Billingham, 6-2, blank. Rader, 5-2. That's a ground out to second base. 2-2-3. Shortstop pivot. Concepcion 0, 1-3. They got it. 2 outs. 4-6-3 double play. Rader will hit into it. 2 down now for Fuentes. Fuentes is 0 for 1. Billingham right now with a 3-run lead to work with here at Riverfront Stadium. Billingham, 5-1, error on a throw. Fuentes, 4-5. Nope, that's a fly ball to center field. That'll be handled by Bobby Tolan. He will get to it, make the play, and that, the side's retired. Nothing across except the walk. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Are the Raiders related? I think I asked that question once. I don't think so. I don't know if anybody knows if Doug Rader and Dave Rader are related. I'm not sure. McDowell will come out to bat pitch again, and Mr. Peter Rose will lead off. He is 1 for 2 with a single. McDowell will pitch. McDowell, 4-6, walk, 11, and barely walked him, but that will be a free pass. Rose will trot to first, and that is the 3rd walk given up by McDowell. And now the batter is Morgan. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Infield double play depth. No, Rose is not going anywhere. He will stay put. McDowell will go ahead and pitch. McDowell, 6-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. Morgan, 4-6, and that's flied to right field. Gary Matthews will come under it and get it. Next batter is Tolan. Tolan is 1 for 2. He's got a double in the game. That's a 20. McDowell goes ahead, fires to first to try to get him. And nope, Rose will dive back to the bag. McDowell will now pitch to Tolan. McDowell, 3-1, strikeout, 1 swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is strikeout number 4 for McDowell, 2 away. Here comes Mr. Bench. Bench is 0 for 1 with a walk. Rose, and he does not get the steal sign. He will stay put. McDowell actually not bad against holding runners with a -1. So Rose will stay at first. McDowell will go ahead and pitch to Bench. McDowell, 1-1, walk, 9, and that's ball 4. So that's going to be runners at first and second now for the Natty. 4th walk issued by McDowell. And here comes Perez. Perez is 0 for 2, but he does have a sacrifice fly. And nothing happening on Strat. McDowell will concentrate on Perez. Fans here at Riverfront Stadium enjoying a 5-2 lead here in some Sunday morning baseball. McDowell, 4-1. That's a pitcher result, but the 6 is too high. Perez, 1-4. It's a base hit to right field. Perez will probably bring in a run here. Single to right. Rose becomes a 5. And a single to right field +2 is a 7. There's not going to be a throw home. Rose will score. Bench, base runner 3, becomes a 4 with 2 outs. Single to right +3 is a 6. There's not going to be a throw there either. So Bench is going to make third. Perez is going to make first. And it is now 6-2 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! Six to 2, and Sam McDowell, now some action going on in the Giants bullpen. Here is Mankey, and Mankey is 2 for 2. He's got a home run and a single. As Frank Rosenk joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Runners at the corners, now 6-2 Reds. McDowell had a high pull rating, 16 before they actually pulled him. Kind of interesting they went that high. So he gave up a combination of 16 walks, hits, and runs before they pulled him. So I'm going to look at that. So he'll stay out there. Bench is on at third. Perez on at first. There are 2 outs. Strategy roll still active. Nothing on the 10. McDowell will pitch. 4-6. That's a walk, and that's ball 4. So McDowell definitely not showing it here. And now the bases are loaded. So Mankey gets on base for the 3rd time. And here comes Geronimo, and the Reds are looking to blow this game wide open. So 2 outs here now, but the bases are full of Reds. Strategy, nothing on the 8. McDowell will pitch to Geronimo. Geronimo does hit lefties better than righties. McDowell gives up another run. He's yanked. McDowell, 1-5, strikeout 9. That's a big K. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the inning is over. That is strikeout number 5. But another run. 1 run on 1 hit and 3 walks. Maybe the Reds could have gotten more, but they have a 4-run lead here after 4. Top of the 5th inning coming up. And leading off for the G-men will be Gary Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 1. Billingham right now pitching. He's really settled down since the 1st inning. Billingham with the pitch. 1-3, error on a grounder. Matthews, 4-6. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Joe Morgan. His error rating is a 3. That's a 17. He'll make the play and toss it over for the out. Morgan did not make that many errors in 72. Next batter is Gallagher. Gallagher is 0 for 1. Billingham will pitch. Billingham, 6-1, strikeout 11. That is high. Gallagher, a 2-6, and that's a base hit. He'll hit that one past short. And Gallagher with a single, he'll get there. Sam McDowell will do the bat, but he's going to come out early. The Giants need runs, and McDowell can't hit, so the Giants will go to the bench early. And coming on to pinch hit for the Giants is going to be a young Gary Maddox. 266 average, 12 homers, 58 RBIs. Maddox will come on to bat here as the Giants will go to the bullpen early. Infield a double play. Gallagher staying put. Here comes Gary Maddox. Giants down 6-2 here in the fifth. Billingham, 4-5. That's a blank. Maddox, 2-5. That is a ground ball to second base. 2-2-3. Shortstop pivot Concepcion 0-1-3. It's a 4. Gallagher thrown out at second. Maddox will make first. It's a fielder's choice. The batter is Bonds. Bonds is 0 for 2. Fans here at Riverfront Stadium hoping for a good pitch. Strategy rolls are still active. Maddox is not going anywhere. He did have 13 stolen bases in 72. Billingham, a 1-4. That is a range play at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 1-4. Oh boy, that's a home run to straightaway center field against the righty. Bonds needs a 15. That is a 1, and I hate to say there's not going to be a range play on that one because that ball, I think, wound up in the upper deck. Kaboom! 2-run bomb, Bobby Bonds! And the Giants are back in the game. Bond, that was a good pitch by Billingham. Bonds just went ahead and blasted that one in the upper deck. And it's now 6-4. So Bonds comes through with a very big one there. It's a 2-run bomb for Bonds. And now a 6-4 game here. The next batter is Spire. Spire is 1 for 2. Doug says, I really love inside pitch. I started playing a few weeks ago, but really enjoying myself, learning to do as far as base running, a strategy role, but you're playing each game slow. Take your time, Doug. Take your time. It is a game that does require a little bit of time. As I said, watch my demo videos. They can help you out. Make this card here. Okay. Matter of fact, Doug, I'll give you a little bit of a help. This is a kind of a cheat card that I use, okay, for creating the helper card. It automatically goes ahead and figures in the calculations for you for the arm rating and where the ball is hit to, including the chart here to see for the runner advance chart. Okay, I'm going to put that there for you for a second and maybe let you screenshot that, later in the video. And then you can go ahead, screenshot that, and you can use that to create the helper card if you want to go that route. Chris Davis did create some fast action cards for this. They're not available yet. He's still working on them, okay, if you want to use those route, but they're not official yet. I'll let you know when they do. So I hope that'll help you there, Doug. Where are we? What are we now? So still 2 outs. Here's Chris Spire. Spire is 1 for 2. Now it's a 6-4 game as the Giants are back in it. Billingham, 2-6, strikeout. 14 is high. Spire, 1-5. That's a fly to center field. And that will be Bobby Tolan getting to that. And he will make the catch and end the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits. A 2-run bomb by Bobby Bonds. It's now 6-4. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off for the Reds will be Dave Concepcion. He's 1 for 2. Giants need a pitcher. They got 2 righties coming up, including Billingham. Let's see who the Giants are going to bring out to pitch, and they are going to go with Let's see. Coming on to pitch for the Giants. Question is, who's the closer in this one? I got my choice. I got a lot of choices for this kind of situation. I think they would go with the better pitcher in this case. Coming on to pitch for the Giants is going to be Don McMahon. 3 wins, 3 losses, 5 saves, a 3.71 ERA. McMahon will be the second Giants pitcher. He has Special K. So Concepcion will lead off here for the Reds in the bottom of the 5th. 6-4 right now. Game was getting a little bit interesting. McMahon, 4-2. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 1-6. And that's a fly out to center field. And that will be handled by Bonds for out number 1. Next batter is Billingham. And he can still pitch to a number of batters. I'll keep him in there. This is 1972, not 2024. Billingham, he is got on a fielder's choice, so he did score a run. McMahon, 3-3 at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 4-5. That's grounded to first base. That'll be handled by Kong Kingman. He'll take it himself for out number 2. Here comes Rose. Rose is 1-for-2, singled and walked. McMahon with the pitch. McMahon, 5-6 against the switch left. Walk, 16 is too high. Rose, a 4-5, and that against the righty, that's going to be a ground ball hit to second base, taken care of by Tito Fuentes. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Don McMahon. After 5, it is 6-4 as the Giants staying close. We go to the top of the 6th. Billingham will come back on the mound. And Ken Henderson leads off for San Fran. He's 1-for-2 with a double. Billingham with the pitch. Billingham, 2-1 against the switch left. That's a blank. Henderson, a 4-1, and that's grounded to short. Handled easily there by Concepcion, and he will toss it over for the out. Kong is next. Kingman is 0 for 1 with a walk. But Kingman has major home run power. Billingham with the deal. Billingham 5-2, wild pitch, ball 1. 2-1 against the righty. That's going to be an automatic out. And it's a ground to short. Once again, Concepcion will go ahead and take his time and toss it over for the out. Next up is Raider. Raider 1-for-2 with a single. Billingham with the pitch. 2-4 against the lefty. Walk. The 18 is high. Raider 5-1, and that is a grounder to first. And that's going to be Tony Perez taking that ball himself. A nice job by Billingham to recover after the 5th inning. And we go to the bottom of the 6th here. It is 6-4 still in favor of the Reds. McMahon will pitch another inning here. And leading off for the Reds will be Joe Morgan. And he is 0-for-2 with a walk. He does have a stolen base. McMahon will go ahead and pitch. McMahon, 6-1. Home run result against the righty. Morgan needs a 16. That's a 10. And that ball pretty much went right over the right field wall with absolutely no problem right there. Kaboom! Solo bomb, Joe Morgan. Stadium cheers. Yay! Morgan blasts that one over the right field fence. No way and no doubt about that. McMahon pitches an absolute meatball, and Morgan turns that into lasagna. It's now 7-4 Reds. The batter now is Tolan. Tolan is 1-for-3. He's got a double. McMahon goes ahead. He's got to shake that off, and now a 7-4 Reds lead. McMahon, 3-3. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 4-4. That's flied to left. And that's going to be Ken Henderson getting to that. And that is the first out. Here's Bench. Bench is 0 for 1, but he's walked twice. McMahon, 3-6. That is a blank. He is not tired. Bench, 4-1, and that would be a ground ball to third, ground out to third. However, that's a special K against righties. A 1-4 is a strikeout, and that's what that is. Struck him out. 2 away as he strikes out Bench instead. Now McMahon is tired, but he's going to keep him out there and let him pitch to Perez and finish out the inning. 7-4 Reds in a game the Giants really need. McMahon, 1-1 against the righty. It's a blank. Perez, 4-3, and now that is a ground ball to short. That will be handled by Spire, and he will take his time and retire the side. 1 run on a hit. Joe Morgan, a solo blast for the Reds. It's now 7-4 after 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Pretty fast-moving game, actually. 46 minutes into the stream. Tito Fuentes will lead off for the G-Men. He is 0 for 2. He will pitch. Billingham can pitch to 5 more batters before he tires. I'm wondering what Brian B. wants to do with him. But I'll keep Billingham in there at least for this inning. Billingham, 4-2. Home run chance, but the 12 is too high. Fuentes, 3-3, and he hits a fly out to left field. Pretty deep, but Rose is going to have plenty of room. And he'll put it away for the out. Next up is Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 2. Billingham with the pitch. Billingham, 6-3. That is a blank. He's not tired. Matthews, 1-1, and that's fly to center field. Tolan will come under a little bit. He'll take a step backward, but he will get it. 2 down. Next batter is Gallagher. Gallagher is 1 for 2. He has a single. Billingham sets up. And 6-5. That is a blank. Gallagher, 2-3. It's a base hit right up the middle, right past the pitcher. And Gallagher will reach first. So Gallagher now has 2 singles in the game. We'll see a pinch hitter for Don McMahon as the Giants will go to the bench. And let's see who they're going to bring on to bat here. And it is going to be a guy that goes by the name of Stretch. Pinch hitting for the Giants. Willie McCovey, Hall of Famer? Absolutely. 213 average, though. 14 homers. 35 RBIs in 72. Only played about half a games for the Giants. A lot of people say Willie McCovey was wanted to be Willie Mays Jr. He kind of got close. Gallagher on it first. 2 outs. McCovey, though, has massive home run power. If Billingham makes a mistake, this game is going to get a lot interesting. Strategy rolls are still on. Nothing on the 11. Gallagher stays put. Billingham with the pitch. Billingham, 6-5. That's a blank. McCovey, 6-4. And that is a ground out to second base. Easily handled by Morgan. He will throw to first to get McCovey. And that will end the inning. No runs and a hit for the Giants. Still stays 7-4 here. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker still coming up after today's game. Our next matchup will be tomorrow night. It'll be September 22nd, and I'm still want to stick with the teams right now that are still fighting for a playoff position and possibly a division title. We got a big game at Fenway Park. We're going back to Fenway for a big game between the Detroit Tigers and the Boston Red Sox. Chris Zachary will be pitching for the Tigers. And once again, Lynn McLaughlin will be going for the Red Sox. The Red Sox are right now, they are 2.5 games ahead of Baltimore to lead the division, but the Detroit Tigers are only 1/2 game back of Baltimore and the Yankees for third, and they are above 500. So a very big game coming up tomorrow between the Tigers and the Red Sox at Fenway Park. We will have that game tomorrow night on Inside Pitch. Bottom of the 7th here, Reds lead 7-4. And let's see. Dennis Menke leads off for the Reds. They got right, left, and right. Giants need a pitcher. And they are going to go with Randy Moffett. 1 win, 5 losses, 4 saves, a 3.69 ERA. Moffett is now the 3rd Giants pitcher. With September call-ups, I don't think, if anything, in extra innings later in here, I doubt we'll get to ghost runners. But Randy Moffett will come in to pitch for the G-Men. 7-4 Reds, bottom of the 7th. Moffett, 1-2. That is a blank. Menke, a 6-2. That's a ground out to short, handled by Spire. And Spire will toss it over for the out. Next batter is Geronimo. Geronimo having a good night. 2 for 3, 2 singles. Moffett, 2-5, and that's a blank. Geronimo, a 6-6. That's a power hit to left field. That's a 1 against the righty. It will be a base hit. So Geronimo will get a single, and he's now 3 for 4. A good day for Geronimo. As Phoenix Knight joins us here at Riverfront Stadium. Yep, you list most of a shootout. Ghost runners, we don't need no stinking ghost runners. Well, like I said, I only use them if a starter has to come in. But I do not use ghost runners in the playoffs at all. Here's Concepcion, only in regular season. Concepcion is 1 for 3. Infield is at double play depth. Strategy rolls are still active. Nothing on the 6th. Geronimo will stay where he is. Moffett will go ahead and he will pitch. Moffett, 5-1, strikeout 10. That will just miss. Concepcion, 4-6, and it's a base hit past third. Geronimo's got good speed, but not quick enough like that. Geronimo will hold at second base. And now runners at first and second. The batter is Billingham, and Brian B says pinch hit. So Brian B is already reading my mind. That'll be it for Jack Billingham, as he will come out of the game. And coming on to pinch hit for the Reds is going to be Joe Haig, a 243 average, 7 homers, and 31 RBIs. Infield is still at double play depth. 7-4 Reds, but the Reds want to get more to put the Giants out of their misery. Strategy roll, nothing on the 9. Moffett will pitch. Moffett, 2-2, blank. Haig, 6-1, base hit left field. Brian B calls it. Single to left. Geronimo, base runner 4. Single to left. Single to left plus 1. A 1-5. Geronimo will score, and he will. Geronimo scores. That is a 1. Concepcion makes third. Haig trying for second for a double. His base running rating is a 3, and he will get there. And that's going to be an RBI double for Haig. Stadium cheers. Yay! 8-4 Reds, as they are now pouring it on the Giants here. The batter now is Rose. Infield is going to play in, but now an 8-4 lead, and the Giants are looking at this game slipping away. Rose is 1 for 3. He's got a single and a walk. Moffett will go ahead and he will pitch to Rose here. Infield in, and that comes here with the pitch. Strategy rolls are now off. Moffett, 5-2, home run chance. Switch left. 1-19. The 7 is good. Against the righty, Rose needs a 5. Does he go yard in the ball game? No, just way out of there. 1-1. Instead, he's going to ground it to short. Concepcion is going to hold. The throw's going to go to first to get the out, 2 down. Wow, almost got that one. The runner's hold with the infield in. Now the batter is Morgan. Morgan hit a bomb his last time up. He's 1 for 3, a homer and a walk. Runners at second and third, now 8-4 Reds. Moffitt trying to get out of the inning. The fans here at Riverfront Stadium enjoying this ball game. Moffitt with the pitch. 1-6. That is a range play. Morgan, 1-4. That's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Gallagher. Gallagher's got to make this play. His range is a 2. Nope, that's going to be a base hit. And that's going to be hit down the line. That's going to be a double. Concepcion will score. Haig will score. Morgan to second base. It's 10-4 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! The Reds have a 10-4 lead on the Giants. That'll be it from Moffitt. The next batter is Tolan, but that is it from Moffitt. He is done. And the Giants here definitely not getting it done today. We'll see a new pitcher for the Giants, and it is going to be Jerry Johnson. 8 wins, 6 losses, 8 saves, a 4.42 ERA. Johnson now the 4th Giants pitcher. Morgan on at second. Now a 10-4 ball game. Here's Tolan. He's 1 for 4. And the Reds are putting a hurt on the Giants in this game. Of course, the Reds are a much better team. Johnson, 3-1. Against the lefty, that's a walk plus 10, and he'll walk Tolan. So Tolan draws a walk. The inning is not over, and here comes Bench. Bench is 0 for 2, but he's walked twice. Reds fans here, Riverfront Stadium, enjoying this ball game here this Sunday morning. Johnson will go ahead and pitch. Johnson, 1-3. That is a walk plus 10, and the bases are loaded. So right now, the Giants just don't have anything going on the mound at the moment. The batter now is Perez. Can't get the final out of the inning. 10-4 Reds, but the Reds looking to put more on there. We've not had many high-scoring games in this 72 season. Johnson, 4-5. That is a blank. He's not tired. Perez, 2-3, and that is a base hit past third. Morgan will score. Tolan, a base running rating of 4, becomes a 5 with 2 outs, and he will score. He will come in to score. Bench, a base runner 4. He will hold at second base. Perez gets to first. It's 12-4 Reds. Stadium cheers. Yay! So it looks like we're going to have a blowout today on this Sunday morning. As the Reds have sent 9 to the plate, and Dennis Menke will come up again for the second time in this inning. So they batted around. Menke grounded out his first time up in this inning. But now a 12-4 game here for the Reds. And the Giants are thinking about the next game already. Johnson will stay out there. Johnson with the pitch. 1-4, walk, 16. That just missed. Menke is a 16, but -1 makes him a 15. Menke, 4-1, and that is lined to short, and Spire's going to get it. And the innings started with Dennis Menke, and it will end with Dennis Menke, but that will do it. 5 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, and the Reds have a 12-4 lead here after 7. But we all know that no lead is safe at inside pitch. That is an 8-run lead, but just ask the San Francisco Giants in the 2016 replay I did how well an 8-run lead lasted. Just ask them that question, see how that worked out. Although I don't see that happening here. We go to the top of the 8th. Reds have a 12-4 lead, and he says bring out Pedro Borbon, and that is what will come out to pitch. Coming on to pitch for the Reds will be Pedro Borbon, 8 wins, 3 losses, 11 saves, a 3.17 ERA. And leading off for the Giants is the top of the order, and that is Bobby Bonds. He is 1 for 3, hit a bomb his last time up. Double switch. Borbon bats where Menke was McRae to third. Menke is a good third. I mean, yeah, you could bring in McRae, but why would you do that? Menke's a much better player at third base. McRae is a 1 at third. Menke's a 3. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? I would not do that. I would let Borbon, so Borbon don't bat. You got an 8-run lead. What are you worried? You got an 8-run lead. I know he bats third. I'll do what you say. I don't get it, but all right. So I got to do a double switch according to Brian B. So let's see here. So that means Borbon will now come in the third spot, come into third base. So I think you're doing this just to tick me off, aren't you? All right. So timeout on the field. Because now the pitcher spot will bat here. And McRae, he wants to bat. So the pitcher spot now will be empty. All right. So Pedro Borbon will come into the game in the 6th spot, and Hal McRae will take over at third. You got plenty of pitchers in the bullpen, but okay. So Borbon will come on to pitch, and he will go into that spot. He can bat too if he wants. And let me get the McRae starts. He's a 120. All right. Jeff Merklin will join us here at Riverfront Stadium. No, that's how you would do it. Seriously. Okay. So Pedro Borbon will now come in, and he is going to bat in the 6th order. Hal McRae takes over at third, and he will be batting 9th. Bonds is the batter. Borbon, 4-3, strikeout 14. That is high. Bonds, 2-1. That's a ground out to third base, and Hal McRae is going to get a quick baptism of fire, as McRae will take that and toss it over to first for the out. Next batter is Spire. Spire is 1 for 3. Borbon, he'll go ahead and pitch. Borbon, 5-5. Range play at the park. Riverfront, 4-2. That's a ground ball to short. Now that ball is hit to Concepcion. His range is a 3. He's got it. Easy play for Concepcion, and he will toss it over for the out, 2 down. Now here's Henderson. Henderson is 1 for 3. Borbon, they'll go ahead and pitch. Borbon, 2-4. That is a blank. Henderson, 3-3, and that's a fly ball to left field. Rose will go ahead and get to that. He will make the catch and retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Giants. And the Reds are in total command in this game, 12-4, as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Johnson will, I think that'll be it for him. Leading off for the Reds is going to be Cesar Geronimo. Johnson coming out of the game, as the Giants right now just looking to get the game over with and think about the next one. Let's see, left, right. And coming on to pitch for the Giants is going to be Jim Barr. 8 wins, 10 losses, 2 saves, a 2.87 ERA. Barr is the 5th Giants pitcher. So Barr will go into pitch against Geronimo. 12-4 Reds. They're in total command of the ball game. Barr, 6-3. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 1-2. That is a home run to the opposite field against the righty. Geronimo needs an 8. The 12 is too high, and that's just going to be a fly ball into left field, and that's going to be Ken Henderson getting to that. And that's going to be out number 1. Geronimo just got under it a little bit. Now the batter is Concepcion. And he is 2 for 4. He's got a single and a double. Barr will go ahead and pitch. Barr, 5-4. Wild pitch. Ball 1. 1-3. That's a walk. The 18 is high. Concepcion, 3-5, and that's fly to center field. And Bonds is going to get to that for out number 2. Coming up next for the Reds will be the new third baseman, a young Hal McRae. 278 average, 5 homers, and 26 RBIs. McRae will come out to bat against Barr here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 12-4 Reds there in total command. Barr, 1-5 against the righty, strikeout, 19 is high. McRae, 3-3, base hit, center field. Well, Brian B makes another good call, as McRae is going to get a single out there and keep the inning going. Here comes Rose. And Rose is 1 for 4, a single and a walk. McRae on it first, but of course strategy rolls are off. Barr will pitch. Barr, 6-5 against the switch left. That's a blank. Rose, 4-2, and that's fly to center field. Once again, Bonds is going to get to that. He will make the catch and end the inning. No runs and a hit. The Reds are in total command of this one, 12-4 after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? It would be a 9th inning miracle if the Giants actually come back here. But the Reds have a 12-4 lead. They are in total control of the ball game. Bourbon will stay out there, hence the double switch. And leading off for the Giants will be Dave King Kong Kingman. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Reds pitching has done a heck of a job tonight. Bourbon with the pitch. Bourbon, 3-4. That's a pitcher result. That 20 is too high. Kingman, 1-4, base hit. He'll hit that one pass short, and the Giants get the leadoff man on. Here comes the rally. Next batter is Raider. Raider is 1 for 3 with a single. Infield is at double play depth. Strategy rolls are off. Bourbon will go ahead and pitch. Bourbon, 3-4. That's a pitcher result. And against the lefty, a 1-14 is a single up the middle. That's a 12. It's a base hit. Kingman will hold at second base. And now the Giants have runners at first and second and no one out. Bourbon can still pitch to 3 more batters before he tires. Next batter is Fuentes. He will bat. Fuentes is 0 for 3. Runners at first and second here, top of the 9th. Giants looking to maybe get some runs and get the game respectable. Bourbon will go ahead and pitch. Bourbon, 1-1, possible error. Fuentes, 2-4. That's a power hit to left field. Again, that is a 19 against the righty. It's too high, but it's hit to left field. Pete Rose has an error rating of 1. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 1. Kingman will stay at second base. So that will be a fly out to left as Rose will get there. Here comes Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 3. Runners still at first and second. Giants trying to make it respectable, if any way. Bourbon, 1-6. That's at the park. Riverfront Stadium, 3-3. That's a power hit to right field. That's a 17. That's going to be too high. That's going to be a fly ball to right. And getting over there is Geronimo. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Kingman will not try to go to third anyway, even though I would normally try it, but you're down by 8 runs. You're staying where you're at. And that will be out number 2. Bourbon will be tired. Here comes Al Gallagher. I think we'll see a pinch hitter for him as Gallagher coming out of the game. And let's see who they're going to bring in. And coming on to bat for the Giants is going to be Jim Ray Hart. He has a 304 average, 5 homers, 8 RBIs. He will take over at third base if somehow this game can go any further. But now there are 2 outs. Fans here at Riverfront Stadium hoping that Bourbon can just finish the game right here. It is 12-4 as David Vega joins us here for maybe the last out of the game. Riverfront is here. Bourbon sets up, and here comes the pitch. Bourbon, 6-5. That is a blank. Hart, 1-3. Base hit left field. The game will continue. Let's see. With 2 outs, Kingman, a base runner, 4. Single to left, +1. A 1-5. Kingman will score, and he will. Kingman will come in to score. Rader, he will make third. Hart trying for second base. His base running rating is a 2, and he will make it. Wow, a lot of runners taking doubles out of singles. It's now 12-5. That is a double for Jim Ray Hart. Now a 12-5 ball game. Bourbon is now tired. Runners at second and third. We'll see a pinch hitter for Barr as the Giants are going to go to the bench. 12-5 ball game, and they are going to go with, coming on to pitch hit will be Gary Thomason, a .333 average and RBI. I figured you let him pitch. So here comes Gary Thomason out of bat for San Francisco with runners at second and third. 12-5 ball game, still 2 outs. Bourbon is tired. Reds do have the bullpen going, but we'll see what happens here. Still a 7-run lead. Bourbon looking in on Thomason, and here comes the pitch. Bourbon, 6-1 against the lefty. Walk, 18 is high. Thomason, 5-6, and it's a fly ball to left field. Pete Rose is going to come under that. He'll take a couple of steps to his right, puts out his glove. Block, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. Reds bomb the Giants tonight, 12-5. Stadium cheers. Yay! 1 run on 3 hits for the Giants. But the Reds will get the game, and this game belongs to the Reds. Any way to get the image to have feel for Ink Gaming? If not, no problem. I might have something for you. I might have something for you there, Doug. So the Giants are going to come off with a loss here. The Reds get the win, 12-5, a bombing here. The Giants will drop to 70-74. The Reds now go to 87-56. And right now, they have a 6-game lead on the Astros. The Giants now, their non-magic number is now 4 because they cannot lose more than 4 games or they will be done. But a nice win for the Reds today. Final line score coming up. For the Reds, 12 runs on 15 hits and no errors. For the Giants, 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher, of course, is Jack Billingham. He'll get the win. McDowell will wind Sam McDowell the loss. And no hold for Pedro Bourbon because he did allow a run. But that will be it for today's game. A good matchup here for the Reds. They will take a win as they get closer and closer to clinching the National League West. We are still not done. 10-minute ticker is next. As Brian B. continues to show how good a manager he is when it comes to his Reds. Maybe when Brian B. is managing his Reds in the postseason, I'll just have to shut up and make the decision and let him make the decision. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Reds are going to get a 12-5 victory on the Giants today. And now we still got some very important games here in the ticker to do. So let's start with September 19th, Kansas City at California. The Royals right now, their magic number is 1 to clinch a postseason. Royals 11-23, and that is 2. Angels 5-13, that is 0. And the Kansas City Royals, by virtue of that, have clinched a postseason berth. They are right now the number 3 seed, but Baltimore and the Yankees are both right behind them for the 4 and the 5. So the number 3 seed is still not decided yet. Remember, you want to be the 3 seed and avoid the wild card series. Detroit at Cleveland, a big doubleheader for the Tigers. Game 1, Tigers 9-36, and that is 3. Indians 3-13, and that is 0. Tigers win the first game. Detroit 7-16, that is 1. Indians 4-65, that is 6. And they'll split the twin bill. The Indians are pretty much done. Yankees and Milwaukee, important series for the Yankees. Yankees got to win. Yankees 12-14, that's not going to do it. That's 1. Brewers 8-56, and that is 5. And the Yankees are beginning to slump like they did late in that year. Rangers and Minnesota, meaningless. Texas 6-54, and that is 4. Twins 13-21, and that is 2. That's a win for the Rangers. White Sox at Oakland. Oakland's already clinched everything, clinched the American League throughout. White Sox 6-55, that is 4. Oakland 10-13, and that is 1. That's a win for the Chi Sox. Montreal and the Cubs. The Cubs right now are the number 3 seed. They are 2 wins ahead of Houston. Montreal 6-45, and that is 3. Cubs 11-42, that's 4. The Cubs will stay in the 3 seed. Pirates and the Mets. The Pirates, their magic number to clinch home field throughout the National League is 3. They've already clinched the division. Pirates 16-61, and that is 7. Mets 5-13, that is 0. And my Mets are just absolutely falling apart. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 9-21, and that is 2. Padres 9-51, that is 4. That is a bad loss for the Dodgers. They're now 3 games under 500. Phillies and the Cardinals. Cardinals 3 games over 500. They're going to be assured of a playoff spot, but they must get a winning record. Philadelphia 3-32, and that is 2. Cardinals 7-22, and that is 1. And that is a bad loss for the Redbirds. Astros and the Braves. Astros 6 back of the Reds for the division. The Braves 2 games under 500. This is an important game. Astros 21-21. That's 3. Braves 10-13. That is 1. Tough loss for the Braves. The Astros stay a half game, 5.5 back. On to September 20. Baltimore at Boston in a big series. In a big series there. Doubleheader. Baltimore 9-51, and that is 4. Red Sox 6-53, and that is 4. They're going to extras. The Orioles, remember, are 2.5 back of the Red Sox for the division. Baltimore rolls a 5. -4 is 1. Red Sox roll a 3. +1 is 4. And the Red Sox win another game. Game number 2. Baltimore 5-15, and that is 1. Red Sox 8-43, and that is 3. And the Red Sox win both games on the Orioles. The Red Sox are beginning to take command of the division. Kansas City at California. Kansas City 10-22, and that is 2. Angels -2, 54. That's also 2. Extras. Both teams roll a 3. Kansas City is -1. California is +4. The Angels will get the win. And Kansas City still trying to hold on to the 3 spot, which is very important. Detroit at Cleveland. Tigers got to continue to win games to get closer to 3rd place. Detroit 8-55, that is 5. Indians 1-53, and that is 3. That's a win for the Tigers. Texas and Minnesota. Rangers 9-66, that is 9. Twins 8-63, and that is 6. That's a win for the Rangers. White Sox in Oakland. White Sox 6-62, and that is 5. Athletics 732, and that is 2. That's a loss for Oakland. Pittsburgh, right now, Pittsburgh does lead the number 1 overall. And right now, that's tough right there. Oakland, not totally, they're going to win. They're number 1 throughout the American League, but the question is, who will have home field in the World Series? Montreal and the Cubs. Montreal, 625, and that is 2. Cubs, 12-26, and that's 3. That's a win for the Cubs as they stay ahead of the Astros for the 3 spot. Giants and the Reds. Very important game for the Giants. Giants, 14-64, and that is 8. Reds, 23-52, that is 8. We're going to extras in that one. Giants roll a 5, -4 is 1. Reds roll a 2, +0, and that game belongs to the Reds. Pirates and the Mets. With the Oakland Athletics losing, the Pirates got another chance to get further ahead for number 1 throughout. Pittsburgh, 36, and that is 4. Mets, 615, and that is 1, and my Mets just can't buy a win. Pittsburgh right now in very good control right now of the number 1 overall seed. Dodgers and the Padres. The Dodgers are now 3 games under 500. Dodgers, 10-64, that is 7. Padres, 366. That's 7. They needed that in order to tie. Very important extra innings here. Dodgers roll a 4 +0. Padres roll a 6 +2 is 8. That is another win for the Friars, and the Dodgers, they're beginning to get very close to being eliminated. Philadelphia and the Cardinals. Cardinals are now 2 games over 500. Their non-magic number right now is 6. They cannot lose more than that or they won't get there. Phillies, 646, and that is 4. Cardinals, 245, and that's 3. That is another loss for the Cardinals. Are now only 1 game over 500. Astros and the Braves. Astros chasing the Reds. The Braves trying to stay alive. Astros, 23-13, and that's 2. Braves 13-51, and that is 5. The Braves get a big win, and with that Astro loss, the Reds get a little closer to clinching the National League West. On to September 21, short day, Detroit at Boston. We got this game tomorrow. Tigers 25-53, and that is 8. Red Sox 11-55, and that is 6. The Tigers get a huge win. Kansas City at California. Royals still holding on to the 3 seed. Kansas City 643, and that is 3. Angels -122. That's an easy 0, and that's a win for the Royals. Yankees and the Brewers. Yankees are slumping here. They got to turn this around. Yankees 444, and that is 3. Brewers 863, and that is 6. And the Yankees slump continues. Pittsburgh and the Mets. Pittsburgh and the Mets. Pirates 1635, and that is 4. Mets 354, and that is 4. Can my Mets actually win a ball game here? Pirates roll a 2, -2 is 0. Mets roll a 3, and +4 is 7. And my Mets finally get a happy recap. Philadelphia and the Cardinals. How big is this game? The Cardinals are in a slump just like the Yankees. A loss here, and the Cardinals drop back to 500. Remember, you cannot win. You can be in the top 3, but if you're 500 or lower, you do not make the postseason. Philadelphia and the Cardinals. This is a huge game. Phillies 933, and that is 3. Cardinals 1342, and that's 4. The Cardinals escape with a win there, and they will stay above 500 for now. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won today, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be September 22nd, a huge game in the American League East. The Detroit Tigers take on the Boston Red Sox. Chris Zachary will go for the Tigers, and Lynn McLaughlin will go for the Red Sox. A very big matchup. The Tigers are now in third place with the Yankees slumping. Boston trying to win that division. Tigers, Red Sox, Zachary and McLaughlin, be there or be square. Brian Patterson, Doug Hunt, David Vega, Doug Sessoms, Jeff Merklin, Frank Rosank, Phoenix Knight, Midlife Crisis, Dan Atkins, Jeremy Brooks, and Jimmy Jam. Thank you all for joining me today. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Cincinnati Reds kind of shrink the San Francisco Giants today. They bombed them 12-5. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.